how to pay your taxes in Estonia, you get a video that is less than 3 minutes long.
It should be all fine, so let's confirm, submit.
What? How does this exist? These are places where the government operates a free internet portal where the citizens can pay their taxes. Meanwhile, here in the United States, filing taxes has two huge problems. It's too complicated and it's too expensive. The majority of us taxpayers have to pay a private company to help us pay our taxes to the government. Collectively, we spend billions of dollars every year doing this. We spend billions of our precious spring hours tracking down documents, scanning crinkled, faded receipts, and just hoping that this little green number goes up. And we also pay emotionally. We worry, we wonder if we're doing it right, and most of us have wondered what happens if we do it wrong. So why is it that a bunch of other countries have it easy, whereas we get the expensive, stressful, time-eroding version of paying taxes? To understand this absurdity, I teamed up once again with the Times editorial board writer Binya Appelbaum. Okay, let's do this.
Paying taxes in America is tense. It's scary, but the process of doing it doesn't need to be.
Binya has been reporting on economic and tax policy in America for a very long time. So let me show you how paying taxes in America has become the biggest scam you've never heard about.
So in the before times, it was a thick book. You picked up a copy maybe at the local library and you worked through these complicated worksheets, either with the help of an accountant or in their dining rooms, and you eventually arrived at a bottom line calculation of what you owed or what the government owed to you and put it in the mail.
Because your employer takes money out and pays taxes for you, at the end of the year, the government already knows how much money you've made. They know how much you've paid in taxes, and thus how much they owe you or you owe them. Taxpayers are left with two dreadful choices. They either pay a private company to do taxes for them, or they do it on their own. And here's what that looks like. A high-stakes honesty test. One that is horribly confusing, where your children are actually called dependents, and where your total income is actually determined by adding lines 1Z, 2B, 4B, 6B, 7, and 8. I mean, it's not that complicated. Just get a hold of this 113-page instruction booklet on how to file your taxes. So if presidents from both sides of the aisle have been making an effort to do this, why has it failed?
I mean, the one-word answer is
Intuit TurboTax.
There is a company that dominates the tax preparation industry in the United States. It makes billions of dollars by charging Americans to help them complete their taxes. It makes a product called TurboTax, which for most Americans is practically synonymous with doing your taxes.
In 2021, Intuit announced that they were walking away from their deal that they made with the Bush administration. They would no longer offer a free filing software to low-income Americans. But in their blog post announcing this, they claim that they're still committed to making a free filing platform.
Nobody should believe that Intuit is ever going to seriously commit to offering a free version of its core business. That would be suicidal for a company to do, and there's no reason to expect them to act against their own self-interest. We should treat them like adults and assume that they're going to do what's best for them, and what is best for them is to charge as many Americans as much money as possible to complete their taxes.
Luckily, there might just be change in the air.
The IRS is releasing a report this week on the possibility of a free government-run tax filing service.
The Biden administration has funded a pilot program for the IRS to create a portal where we Americans can pay our taxes without the need of a third-party middleman called TurboTax. They're set to launch this as a small pilot for the 2024 tax season. But of course,
they are determined to prevent this or to make it as impractical and small scale as possible because they have lots of money to throw at it. They're collecting from all of us every year our fees for filing taxes and using them to ensure that we have to continue paying those fees to file taxes.
Bloomberg reported that Intuit's spending on lobbying has hit an all-time high. It's paying dozens of lobbyists. These lobbyists include Mitch McConnell's speechwriter, Nancy Pelosi's ex-chief of staff, a former Republican congressman, and an advisor to Joe Biden when he was vice president.
We want a free filing portal. We do not understand why we need to pay in order to pay our taxes. It doesn't make any sense.
Each time Free File came up, an army of well-paid lawyers and lobbyists descends on Congress to squash it.
I think at the end of the day, this story is about faith in government. It's about the ability of the government to do what it should have been doing all along, to do it well, and to deliver what Americans deserve. which is an easy and free way to file their taxes. This is a chance for the government to prove itself. It's a chance for the government to make right on a promise that it has broken so often over the last 40 years and to say, we can do better, we are doing better. We're going to do this right.